I'm going to show you how you can install the free CourtListener plugin for Claude built by DocketDrafter. This is going to give your Claude Cowork or your Claude Code access to CourtListener's database of both case law and federal dockets. It's going to massively help Claude with legal research and also allow you to explore real federal dockets, like for instance, the New York Times versus OpenAI lawsuit. Once it's installed, it's very easy to use. You can just ask it regular legal research questions and just tell it to use CourtListener. It'll be able to actually go and access all the data and give you clickable links to both case law and federal dockets, like the New York Times versus OpenAI lawsuit. We can also have it download any of the docket entries and have it summarize them for us or do any other thing with it. To install, you're going to go to our GitHub link, which I'll paste in the description of this video. You're going to scroll down, and there should be a link to download a file called CourtListener.mcpb. Go ahead and click on that, which is going to put it in your downloads folder. Then you're going to go ahead and open that, which is going to take you to the pop-up in your Claude Cowork or Claude Code. Go ahead and click Install. There's going to be another pop-up. Go ahead and click Install again. And at this point, it's going to prompt you to put in your CourtListener API key. This is going to require that you create an account with CourtListener, which is 100% free to do. Once you've done that, go into Profile, go ahead and click on Accounts, go into Developer Tools, and then click on Your API Token. Then you're going to go ahead and copy and paste this into the Claude Cowork pop-up. I will note that the API token is confidential. It's what CourtListener is going to be able to use to know that it's actually you who's logged in. And if somebody gets your API token, they can essentially impersonate you. I'm showing you guys my API token to make it easier to install, but I am going to go ahead and reset it, which is going to make it no longer useful after this video. The other thing you might want to consider is your CourtListener Library folder. The default is going to go into your documents, and it's going to create a subfolder called CourtListener Library. This is where the plugin is actually going to download both case law and docket entry. So as you use the plugin more, your library will continue to grow. And again, the default is going to be in your documents, and then there's going to be a folder called CourtListener Library. That should totally work. You can also click Browse if you want those to go anywhere else on your computer. Then you're going to go ahead and hit Save, and you're also going to have to enable the plugin over here. And just to show you again how you can use this, you'll type in a question that requires access to CourtListener, like this one here. Can you find some merchant cash advance case law in New York using CourtListener? Go ahead and click Submit, and Claude should be able to figure out that it needs to talk to the CourtListener plugin. We can see here that Claude was able to connect to the plugin, which means it's well on its way. If you open up some of these dropdowns, you can see the request that Claude is making to the plugin, which is going to correspond to actual search terms that you would put into the CourtListener URL if you were using it manually. You can see here that it just pulled the search metadata, so this is equivalent to it listing out the opinions. It still hasn't read them. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to download and read a few of them. This is going to cause Claude to actually go and download the text of the opinion. This is roughly equivalent to if you were to just go and copy and paste the full text of the opinion and put it into Claude, which is exactly what you want to do. If we go back to your CourtListener Library folder, you'll actually see that we've got this cases subfolder, and every opinion that was downloaded will be able to be seen right here. If you click on any of the opinions, we're going to get some metadata, but we're also going to get the opinion in both Markdown and HTML. These are both super token efficient and totally optimized for Claude and other large language models to use. If we click on the HTML, you should see the actual text of the opinion in a format that, again, is very, very useful for Claude. The docket entries, on the other hand, are going to go into the docket subfolder. And if we click in here, we're going to have a few different folders. And if we go into PDFs, we can actually see the complaint that we downloaded from the New York Times versus OpenAI case. And that's visible right here and also available to Claude. If you need help installing this, I'm going to leave my email in the description of this video. Feel free to reach out with any comments or questions. Let me know what you guys think.